Good morning and welcome to the Bassett Center's House the Children program, a transitional housing program for families with children. We are going to go over the housing guideline for the program to make sure that your stay here is a positive experience as you move towards self-sufficiency. The purpose of these housing guidelines is to promote a safe and comfortable atmosphere for all residents of House the Children's transitional housing program. These guidelines are to meet the needs of both the residents and staff as we work together. They are intentionally designed to meet the needs of children and to make life for everyone productive, positive, and rewarding. Periodically, we will review and revise these guidelines to ensure that they reflect the goals of this program. The physical address is 916 Branch Street, Rocky Mount, North Carolina, 27801. Residents may pick up mail from the front office window Monday to Friday. The business phone number is 252-985-0078. The office phones may only be used for business calls from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday with staff permission. All guests, residents and staff are expected to be considerate and courteous to each other. Successful community living requires respect, patience, effective communication, and supportive neighbors. For safety reasons, we require knowledge of you and your family's presence in the building by signing in and out at the receptionist's desk. Special note: the director retains the right to ask me to leave the premises at his/her discretion based upon activity, which compromises the integrity, discipline, or safety of the facility or others. Next, we are going to talk about the mutual respect agreement in which the staff and residents of the Bassett Center have worked together to define what respect means to them. Listed below are expectations for both staff and residents regarding their behavior. What does respect means? Honoring requests, the first time. Following the rules and having a discussion when there is a conflict or disagreement. Treating one another with kindness and courtesy instead of insults and anger. Allowing others to finish their thoughts without interruption. No foul language or cursing. Using a conversational tone and not yelling. Giving your full attention to the speaker. No side conversation or phone calls. Working to love, nurture and assist others in the facility. Our actions equal our words. When we say that we will do something, it gets done in a timely fashion. Treating others how you want to be treated. Being humble and considerate of others regardless of their circumstances. Not touching others' individual property without permission. Being open to requests for help and assistance, in which we do have an open door policy. Each guest, resident must sign a release and exchange of confidential information form so staff can communicate with one another as well as with other service providers, such as schools, health departments, social services, housing agencies and other service agencies, as needed. HTC staff will have keys to each suite and will routinely check for any maintenance problems and ensure proper usage of the facility. All residents need to accept and assume natural disclosure of the circumstances of their stay and life here at HTC. By nature of living in a residential community, residents will learn about the lives of fellow guests, residents and vice versa. It is expected that residents respect confidentiality by not revealing any information about other guests, residents to anyone not associated with HTC-. The HTC staff will also maintain confidentiality to others not associated with HTC or cooperating service agencies. Let's move on to a very important component of the program, which is case management. Case management is about helping you to manage your life as you complete goals to move towards becoming self-sufficiency. Each family participating in HTC will be assigned a case manager. HTC will also maintain a file on each family. Weekly individual family case management appointments are mandatory. You and your family are required to attend all appointments with your case manager and any other appointments that have been agreed upon. Case plans will be developed between the case manager and family to address the issues that contributed to homelessness. The last goal will be to obtain housing, and the case manager will assist the family with finding safe, affordable housing. If family members need to speak with the executive director, they should notify their case manager to set up an appointment. If the case manager is out of the office, the family member should notify the office manager. Budget forms are required to be completed monthly. Job search forms are required to be completed weekly, if applicable. A job verification form is also required once employment is obtained. A contract will be developed between the family and the case manager when a serious offense happens, or repeated offenses, which violate these guidelines. A contract is a written agreement issued by a case manager to a House the Children participant exhibiting behavior and/or actions not cohesive to HTC standards. Contracts are issued on a case-by-case basis and include a detailed plan of action. The following are examples of what may be included in the contract. Early curfew. Revocation of weekend passes. Mandatory behavioral modification classes. AA meetings. Group meetings. And others, depending upon the case plans. Contracts are to be taken very seriously, and violations of a contract may result in an immediate exit from the HTC program. Let's talk about the disciplinary system. As we know, in order for a program to run smoothly we have to have rules. Without rules things would be chaotic. This is how the disciplinary system works. Residents who violated rules and guidelines will receive a written warning. If residents receive 4 written warnings, they will go on probation. Probation allows one to think carefully about if she truly need this program and how can one correct their previous behavior. You will be allowed 1 probation for the duration of the program. If you receive 4 written warnings while on probation, you will receive 48 hours exit from the program. The following are grounds for written warnings. Missed case management meeting. Missed mandatory meetings or classes. Missed curfew. Chores not completed. Not contributing to savings. Not contributing to program fees. Not completing program volunteer hours. Rooms not cleaned by 9:15. Smoking in an undesignated area, parking lot or around building. Disrespecting staff and one another, cursing or arguing. Bad hygiene, not showering. Leaving children unattended. Absolutely no move-outs or move-in on weekends, but if you are escorted from premises by law enforcement on weekends, you may return the next business day for belonging. There will not be any overnight or weekend passes except for Thanksgiving, Christmas, or special circumstances. Special circumstances are at the discretion of the executive director. Proper documentation must be presented before approval. Pass requests will be granted for shared custody cases. Parents must bring in documentation of shared custody. Pass requests must be submitted to your case manager no later than 3 days prior to dates requested. Request forms available in the residence form book located at the front window. If granted, residents must make sure that all heat, air and TV are turned off. If residents return to the center while on pass request, the pass becomes cancelled. Residents that allow their children to stay out overnight or for the remainder of the week without a pass request will receive an immediate exit or 48 hours exit. Savings is another very important component of the HTC program. Let's see why. A savings plan is provided for residents to save at least $250 towards savings a month. Money is used for moving expenses such as rent, light deposit, moving truck, and beds. You are encouraged to put more in savings or have an outside account as well. This is a required component of the HTC program if a family has income. Income is defined as wages from employment, disability or SSI, unemployment, child support, settlement, tax refunds or any other type of income received on behalf of residents and family. Income verification must be turned in to your case manager to retain in your file. Corrective action will be taken if a resident is found to be deceptive concerning their income, which could lead to them being terminated from the program. You must purchase a money order for your saving made out to Bassett Center Savings. You will receive a receipt for your savings. Program fees is another important component of the program. Program fees go back into the program to help with heating and air unit for your room, replace mattresses, painting or other repairs. It is not rent but can serve as rental reference with housing authority and other landlords. Contributing to program fees will give one a sense of pride as she strive towards self-sufficiency. Program fees are $100 a month and due by the 5th of each month or $25 a week due each Monday. Client must purchase money order made out to Bassett Center program fees. You must have a separate money order for program fees and savings. All residents that receive food stamps must provide breakfast and lunch for their family, as well as having food to ensure that your children receive a healthy meal just in case you forget to sign up for dinner. Rooms and refrigerator will be checked periodically to ensure you have food for your children. If you do not receive food stamps, please let the case manager know so that we can provide your family with a food box. If you do not have food when you move in, let your case manager know. Any resident that is not employed, attending school or vocational program will be required to volunteer 5 hours per week. Volunteer options: child's school, daycare, library, shelter, nursing home. If you cannot find a volunteer location, your case manager can assist you in securing one. Please notify the case manager of all medical conditions, chronic, routine, and emergency experienced by all family members. This should include all prescribed medications. All known allergies should be reported and recorded on family profile sheets. Please notify a staff member when you or a member of your family is sick. If anyone has a contagious illness or a fever, they should stay confined to their suite. Please seek medical attention as soon as possible for your health and health of others. If you have a chronic cough or a high fever, you will be required to get tested for COVID. If your test results are positive, you and your family will be confined to your rooms for 5 days and wear a mask for the next 5 days. Curfew is at 9 p.m. nightly. Quiet time in the suite area is from 8 p.m. until 8 a.m. Please be extra courteous of each other during this time. The alarm is set at 9 p.m. at night and removed at 5 a.m. daily. Do not open the staircase door, front entrance, or double doors during this time, unless in an emergency, fire, illness requiring emergency intervention by ambulance, as this will set the alarm off, and police will respond. If the alarm is set off for a non-emergency reason, the family will get a warning and $25 fine, which may result in termination from the House the Children program. If there is an emergency call, the emergency phone number is posted in the hall. All family members should be in their rooms for the night by 9 p.m. There should be no congregating in the hall or children running and playing in halls or rooms. This will disturb your neighbors next door to you and beneath you on the first floor. Remember, this is the House the Children program, and every decision that you make, always think about how this will affect my children. Please, keep in mind the following rules. You are responsible for your children. At all times, parents are responsible for the care and discipline of their children. HTC discourages corporal such as physical spanking or punishment. Please be advised that North Carolina law requires that suspected child abuse and/or neglect, including inappropriate discipline, be reported to Child Protective Services at the Department of Social Services. HTC does not allow any minor to leave the property without adult supervision. Children left allow must be 12 years or older. You will be expected to interact in a positive manner with your children even while disciplining. We do not allow and will not tolerate any physical or verbal abuse from one individual to another. All school-age children must be enrolled in and attending school. Parents are expected to accompany children to school bus and/or daycare van. Parents are also expected to be waiting for children outside when they arrive home from school and/or daycare. Children are not required to change schools if they attend schools in the Nash Rocky Mount school system. Parents are expected to clean up after themselves and their children. Only with staff permission is any parent allowed to leave the building without their children. Your children should not be left in the care of another parent unless a child authorization form is filled out between both parents. Please turn the form into staff for your file. Staff are not allowed to watch residents' children except in case of an unforeseen emergency. Parents are not allowed to send children downstairs alone except in case of an emergency, for example if parents are ill and need medical attention. An incident report will be written if children are not accompanied by an adult. Parents will receive a warning. The living area has both males and females. Therefore, please abide by the following rules to respect yourself and others. Dress code applies to all adults and children. Parents must dress or instruct children to dress accordingly. Bras and underwear must be worn at all times. Shorts, dresses, and skirts cannot be above hands when placed down by your side. No sagging pants with underwear showing. Shoes must be worn all the time. Hair must be groomed or combed. Legging must be worn with a dress or long shirt that covers hips. No belly or halter tops. No pajamas worn as outfits. Practice good hygiene, which means bath or shower daily. No one should leave the room with sleepwear. Residents should be fully dressed before leaving their room. Residents should refrain from using profanity in the shared areas or on premises. Rooms are expected to be clean. See your case manager for more information. Room inspections are done twice per week. Rooms must be cleaned by 9:15 a.m. Room inspections may be done more often, daily, on a case-by-case basis. Residents are only allowed in their assigned suites. No resident is allowed in another resident's suite. A laundry room is provided for residents upstairs and downstairs. There is no fee to use the laundry facility. Residents that are not working or attending school should use the facility during the day. There will be a laundry schedule posted on laundry room door. The laundry room closes at 5 p.m. Monday Friday. Residents who go over their designated time will lose laundry privilege for 1 week. Residents must clean off washing machines and dryer after each use. Please empty lint trap after each use. Major appliances are not allowed in suites such as hot plates, microwave, and air fryers. Each suite is equipped with an air, heat unit, bathroom, totes, bedding and shower curtains. Residents can bring their own television, game system, and other personal entertainment items for their suites. Be courteous and do not have television or music up loud. Meals are served daily from 4:45 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. for all guests, residents. Meals are served in the community dining area downstairs. Residents must sign up for meals the day before by 4 p.m. at the front office. Kitchen staff will prepare meals for the next day based on the number of residents signed up. If you do not sign up for meals, no meal will be prepared for your family, therefore you are responsible for providing the meal. If you have food allergies, make sure your case manager is aware and informs the dietary staff. Residents that sign up for meals and miss them will receive a warning. Mealtime is family time. All family members are expected to eat together and spend this time together. A food box may be given to a family if they do not receive food stamps or have income to purchase food. Residents are responsible for their breakfast and lunch. Refrigerators, freezers, and microwaves are available for you to prepare breakfast and lunch for your family. The dining area and community rooms must be kept clean. It is your responsibility to keep your family's dining area clean, in other words, wipe high chairs, tables, sweep around area, clean up spills, etc. Meals will not be held past 5:30 for residents unless the resident is at work or there is an unforeseeable emergency. A menu will be posted weekly for residents to consider if they want to eat a particular meal. Refrigerator and freezer. Families are assigned a refrigerator and freezer with your room number on it. You may have to share a refrigerator and freezer, so please show respect for each other by not assuming that it is all right to drink or eat someone else's food. Please keep refrigerator and freezer clean. Smoking. Due to the serious safety issues surrounding smoking and the risk of fire, no smoking is allowed in the building. Smoking in the building is grounds for dismissal from the HTC program. There is to be absolutely no smoking in front of the building and no cigarette butts drop in front of building. The smoking area is located across the parking lot at the picnic table. No candles, burning of incense in the room due to serious safety issues and the risk of fire. Absolutely no items that will create smoke or open flames should be burned or used in rooms. Visitors. No visitors unless arranged through your case manager, such as meeting with your social workers or other professionals. Having an unauthorized visitor in the building violates confidentiality as well as the security of the residents, staff, and others. This is grounds for immediate dismissal. No visitors are allowed on the premises unless to drop off or pick up a resident. Visitors are to be on premises no longer than 5 minutes. Drugs and alcohol. All guests, residents of HTC are to understand that they will be subjected to random drug and alcohol testing. Absolutely no drugs or alcoholic beverages are allowed on the HTC premises. Possession of drugs or alcoholic beverages on the premises is grounds for immediate dismissal. Weapons. All weapons to include but not limited to guns, stun guns, knives, and razor blades are not permitted on the premises. Possession of weapons on the premises is grounds for immediate dismissal. Warning and exit process. For failure to follow agreed rules and policies or family case plan, the following process will be followed. 48-hour exit. The resident will be given a 48-hour notice of termination of program services. If residents receive 4 warnings in a month while on probation, they are terminated from the HTC housing program. This notice of termination may be appealed. See grievance procedures for residents. Probation period. Resident will receive only 1 probation period during the duration of program. Immediate exit. An immediate exit will be given to a resident who shows any type of confrontational, threatening, or violent behavior. Law enforcement will be contacted, and the individual will have 10 minutes to remove some or all belongings. If a resident leaves any belongings, she will have 24 hours or the next business day, mon fry, to get the rest of her belongings. If not, belongings will be discarded. The following offenses are grounds for immediate termination of program services and require leaving the premises with all belongings within 48 hours or less depending on if the situation will endanger others. Confrontational, threatening, or violent behavior, including sexual harassment, which puts at risk or appears to put at risk any residents, volunteers, or staff members. 2. While on the premises of HTC, use of alcohol, illegal or illegally obtained substances or the possession of any such substance. 3. Coming onto the premises while intoxicated or otherwise impaired, resulting from the use of alcohol, illegal or illegally obtained drugs. Having an unauthorized visitor in the building. Smoking in the building. Weapons on the premises. Staying out all night without prior notice or valid, documented reason. Any resident may be issued an exit due to at-will tenancy. Grievance procedure for residents, guests. There may be times when residents disagree with a policy, rule, or decision that has been made by the staff. When this occurs, residents have the right and responsibility to initiate and follow the procedure described below. This process is confidential. Residents and all staff involved agree to keep the matter confidential. Grievance process. Residents must request a meeting with the case manager within 24 hours after receiving written termination. The resident must state clearly why she believes the decision should be changed. The case manager will schedule a meeting with residents and will provide a written letter to residents detailing the reason for termination and the decision made during their meeting. If an agreement is reached, no further action is required. If an agreement is not reached, residents will complete a grievance form for the executive director to render a decision. The executive director will make decision in writing, a copy for residents and a copy for the case manager. If resident does not agree with the decision, she may request a meeting with the executive director to advocate for themselves in a clear manner, stating why they believe the decision is wrong. Once the executive director has received the request, a meeting will be scheduled within 5 days. The residents must continue to advocate for themselves and be clear about why they believe the decision is wrong. Residents will be notified in writing of the final decision from the executive director. The decision rendered at this stage by the executive director is final. Grievances from residents that reach this step will be reported to the board of directors each month in the executive director's monthly report. When grievances are about inappropriate interactions involving a staff member, such as threatening behavior or harassment of any nature, the grievances should be presented to that person's immediate supervisor, program manager, executive director, or in a case involving the executive director, the chairperson of the board, who will determine the appropriate process. Evacuation plan. Leave out of building in a single file line and go out to fence located by basketball court. Fire alarm strobe lights are red with a light. When sirens and lights are activated, the sirens will sound, and lights will flash in all rooms and halls. Please walk outside. Please do not run, this may cause an accident or someone falling down the staircase. Residents in rooms 214, 207, 204, 240, and 241 are to take exit in corridor 202 and take stairs 201 to front exit, which is the front staircase. Leave the building, make a left and walk towards the wire fence located near the basketball court. Residents in rooms 215, 221, 222, 231 and 228 are to take exit in corridor 226 and take stairs 225 to the back exit, which is the back staircase. Leaving the building, make a right and walk towards wire fence located near basketball court. Residents in rooms 116 and 121 are to take the exit to the left, which is 125. Leaving the building, make a right and walk towards wire fence located near basketball court. Emergency. In case of an emergency, please call number posted in hall. If you have an extreme emergency, dial 911 and open the door to the staircase. The alarm will sound and the police, fire department, and a staff member will arrive. UCM Road to Self-Sufficiency program is designed to help families move from homelessness to safe and stable housing. The program provides financial assistance to residents at the Bassett Center who are actively participating in life skill classes and contributing to savings from all income. Goals. Our self-sufficiency program main goals are: help remove barriers that hinders Bassett Center's homeless families from obtaining safe and stable housing. Empower families with the necessary tools to acquire and maintain safe and stable housing. Requirements. Must be a resident at the Bassett Center. Must attend life skills classes. Must contribute to saving from all income. Assistance provided. Rental deposit. Utility deposit. Rental arrears. Utility arrears. Rent. Childcare. Transportation. Short-term assistance. It is very important that you meet all requirement to receive assistance. We are giving you a hand up, not a handout. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, the case manager will be in to answer them. We pray that you take advantage of the opportunity to rewrite your story of going from homeless to having a home. Be blessed.